Welcome back. Take a look at shares of Quantinuum climbing this morning on the back of the company's first public results, beating on the top line and announcing this new multi-year partnership to integrate quantum computing hardware into one of Oracle's U.S. data centers. Joining us this morning in a first on CNBC interview is Quantinuum CEO Raj Hazra. Raj, welcome. It's good to have you. Congratulations on the first print and this appearance here. I want to talk about the quarter, but everybody wants to know about the Oracle deal, what they're getting, what it means for you. Can you describe it?
Sure. Thank you for having me here. It's wonderful to be able to speak to you as a public company. Now, the Oracle deal that you talked about is essentially part of what we've described as the trends in quantum computing. Quantum computing is not going to be used in isolation. All the great use cases that we see across industries, drug discovery, pharma, chemicals, chemistry, optimization, is only going to happen when you put quantum computing and high-performance computing and AI together. The Oracle deal represents a wonderful opportunity, industry first, to do that. What we do is we put the world's most accurate quantum computer called Helios into an Oracle data center, but it's not just the physical integration, it's the integration at the software levels as well, which makes that quantum computer a first-class citizen of data services, compute, network, storage, identity, security, and gives developers and customers the ability to use the quantum computer much more easily and extensively than they would have otherwise been able to do. It's kind of the way we stoke usage, demand, and adoption of quantum computing, partnering with one of the leaders in AI.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about it sort of in theory, for so long. It's interesting to see the rubber start to hit the road. How quickly can you follow on with other deals of similar size?
Well, this we see as the tip of the iceberg and the tip of the flywheel going, particularly as we build out our roadmap to Sol and Apollo. I mean, these machines are each up to 1 trillion times more capable. The capability of the quantum computer goes up, and integrations like this into cloud service providers gives us the ability to then reach that customer base, reach and deliver on these hybrid workflows in a much more, what I would say, accelerated fashion and a much deeper fashion. So watch the space, more to come.
Well, can you just give us some examples about some of the use cases that companies will be able to use with your new Sol computer, for instance?
Absolutely. Let's just take one, which is in pharma. In pharma, it is a complex process to discover new molecules, understand their behavior, test them. And today, AI is being used to intelligently look through multiple choices and get to the optimal choices faster and spending less money. Quantum computing is an essential way to actually make that discovery process go faster and be more accurate. So how do you understand which molecules to proceed with down into the wet lab and actually eventually into testing? Quantum simulations along with AI allow you to do that much more efficiently and, most importantly, more accurately than just classical computing alone. And that's one of the many use cases where quantum simulation training AI gives rise to value creation that you couldn't do with either of them.
No, a game changer potentially, I guess, for drug discovery.
Absolutely.
What about other industries?
The other industries not just focusing on chemistry, but look at optimization, for instance. The tremendous parallel computational power of quantum computing, along with the very, very low energy usage, makes it an amazing tool to be used for very complex optimization problems, where today classical techniques have to look through a lot of data. And quantum can be used to restructure that data and make that search for patterns, whether it's a fraud detection or a portfolio optimization or a supply chain problem, much more efficient and eventually even more accurate.